Welcome back. Welcome back to WBB Universe. I got my girl Lakeisha here from Cut the Ish Real Talk Sports. Go subscribe. But first, before we get to anything, I gotta thank all of y'all for my 1,000 subscribers.
Woohoo!
Woo! Thank y'all so much. I got 1,000 subscribers, 1K, y'all, and we're gonna keep this number going up. But look, because I got 1,000 subscribers, listen, I'm doing another giveaway. You know you want your own Key Facts merch. You know you want your own Key Facts merch.
Hey, I want a hat.
Your own Key Facts hat. Listen, to get you one, you're gonna have to subscribe to get your merch. So look, I'm at 1,007. Get me to 1,012 by the end of this video. I will be doing a giveaway this week, and you do not want to miss it. But look, I can't wait to get into this topic. It's a really good topic. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share, and hit the all notification button. Keisha's information is right down there, but I'll let her introduce herself. What's going on, Lakeisha? How you doing?
Not much. It's happy Sunday. I've been having me a good time back in my home state, getting told off by my mama and, running around. But other than that, it's been a good day, good couple of days. I had fun.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Look, Lakeisha is at Cut the Ish Real Talk Sports. Make sure you go over there and do the same stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, and get those subscribers up. Congratulations to Lakeisha as well. The two keys to the game, have both broken 1,000 subscribers. Hey, it's a lot to celebrate. But speaking of celebrate, hey, Angel came back in a preseason game in 17 minutes on 57% shooting. On what? 57% shooting, and had a double-double in 17 minutes. I'm not going to lie. It's giving scary hours. The league should be scared. In 17 minutes, my girl recorded a double-double. I don't want to hear about preseason. I don't want to hear about a Brazilian team. She could do it to Brazilian team, Sicilian team, Minnesota Lynx, Chicago Sky in 5. I said what I said. You know
All
what I'm saying?
right.
She's coming with a dominant season. But Lakeisha was there in the building to actually see it. How was it, Lakeisha? How was
it
everything looking?
it was a great time. It was nice to see everybody out there in their shirts. Some they bought online, some they made themselves. It's always cool to see all the creativity, and also inside of the PMAC, the welcome she got every time she came on the floor. They even had a video tribute. They also gave her some tributes before the game. But every time she touched the floor, every time she checked in and checked out, the crowd went wild. So it was great. It was a great atmosphere. Great.
For sure, for sure. I'm glad you got to see it in person. I regret not going, to be honest. Louisiana is only 6 hours away from me, and I should have just took the little drive, got me some good food while I'm at it, and the tickets were super affordable to get to see Angel Reese back in her first WNBA game
Hmm.
this season. But it was great to still watch them on TV. Heard Camilla and the team look pretty solid, man. I mean, it looked
Yes.
a world of a difference from last year. It's just the truth. Did it not?
It looked like they were clicking on all cylinders. A lot of good. They got great shooters around them. The high low action between her and Camilla was going. I
Mhm.
know it was just Brazil, but it just looked like they have a little bit more chemistry in year two. And you would think you wouldn't see that because they got so many new pieces, but
Yeah.
it looked like the new pieces just flow seamlessly
Yeah.
with them, with those two rookies. Yeah.
Facts. It's coming along with the team too. I think once cuts are made, and we hate to see those happen, then you get to really gel because you know the team now, you know who you're playing with, their playing style a lot more. And so I think once cuts are made, we'll see a lot more chemistry. It looks, everybody looks like they want to be there. Everybody looks like they're supporting each other. The bench was happy. Everybody looked
Hmm.
pretty good. They obviously, it's the first real game together. They've only had a few weeks to practice, or a couple weeks, if that,
Right.
to practice in training camp. Haley Van Lith looked good. Tilly got
Hmm.
cut. She looked good though. She got cut.
She looks good
Honestly,
though.
most of the people look good except for the last name P. I don't want to butcher her last name. She was just
Reese or something
yeah,
like that.
she was
Yeah.
just chucking the ball up. So
Hmm.
but everybody looked good. You know, even the overseas players and stuff like that showed a lot of tenacity, little things like that that I like to see. Defensive effort was definitely there, even though that's something that I know that they're gonna have to still get better at. And it, all in all, getting to see Tyler Marsh at work, and you could tell I have more confidence in him, right? If
That's
y'all
what I
if
was
you're,
watching.
if you're a subscriber, and we'll talk a little bit more about this later. I don't want to get too deep into it. He looked like he knew what he was doing, and I
Right.
didn't think he did, but I wanted to see it for myself, and so to see it materialize, like, okay, I see what he's doing here, and I like what I was seeing. Whatever was going on, I do think Camilla could get more touches. And Camilla has to get herself in a better position to get more touches as well. So it's a 50-50 basis. But I see I know that's something that they'll work on as well. But it was good to see them. I'm glad you were in the building to see them. But even with us talking about all of those great things about that team, and I'll let you talk a little bit about Tyler in a second,
Hmm.
people, instead of talking about homecoming, instead of talking about numbers and all of that, of course people couldn't talk about the game because they did so well and looked so much better stretching the
Hmm.
floor. Kia Nurse was on fire with some buckets, things of that nature. Courtney Vandersloot's court vision, drop off pass to Angel in the middle, you know what I'm saying, in the paint. They wanted to talk about attendance, and
They
Angel Reese's
did.
mom had a lot to say about people talking about the attendance. Okay, Angel Reese had a lot to say, and I completely understand why. Because it got a little weird. It got a little weird out there. I think people don't know what else to talk about. But I'm gonna let you take over the floor for a little bit. I'm gonna pull this up for y'all so y'all can see what
Y'all
Angel
pull it
Reese
up.
had to say.
Look, what I was gonna say about Coach Tyler Marsh was just like, okay, look, I'm gonna take away some of my criticism. We're gonna wait. He wasn't whispering out there. He was actually commanding and making good rotations. The only critique I had was I wanted to see HBL a little bit earlier than where she came into the game. But other than that, I just wanted to see if the chemistry between her and Angel could was back. You know what I mean? I
Was
didn't get
there?
to see a whole bunch of that, but the
They didn't
rotations he
have them
was
on the floor together a lot. No,
right.
so
No,
we
not
didn't get
that
to see
much.
that.
Not that
Hmm.
much. She kind of checked out when she was checking in,
Yeah.
but for what I saw from HVL, it was very encouraging. So the whole team is encouraging. When I see shooting and high
Yeah.
low action and
Yes.
Vandersloot commanding the floor, oh, it's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing.
And E Will looked good too
He,
coming back from injury. So she looked good too. So I mean, all in all, we got a solid team out there. But instead, for some reason, people want to talk about the attendance record. And for that reason, Angel Reese's mom had to say, "Oh, that certain fan base looking in the stands celebrating attendance, while others are looking up in the rafters celebrating championship banners. We ain't the same. Different year, same haters. Have a great day. May 3rd, 2025. Listen,
is right on par with Miss Classy Angel Reese mom.
classy clap that. Classy clap that. What that spell? CC. No, I'm just playing. I just get it. Hey, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me.
There
Look,
you go.
yeah, my bad. Look. Hands up. Look. But anyway, look. She's not wrong. Like, y'all, I think because y'all can't find anything to critique in the game, we got a two-way player in Angel Reese. We got a solid team around her this year, supportive team around her this year, around each other. And so y'all talk about attendance to a game, you know, at Baton Rouge, LSU, to PMAC, you know what I'm saying? Where Angel Reese won her championship and brought a championship to LSU, let's be clear, okay?
Hmm.
You know, for the great Simone Augustus and Sylvia Fowles. So I can't understand talking attendance. I'm with Angel Reese's mom. Like, we look up and we see championships everywhere. You know, who is there to see it? Is none of my business, and who's there every game is none of my business. You know what I'm saying? Attendance is a weird thing to bring up when we're talking about the game. I don't understand that. So it was crazy to see that. That's what people, went ahead and started talking about. But what did you think about that, Keisha?
I think, look, inside that building we had a good time. I mean, um, at the end of the day, I'm just so sick of talking about non-basketball related things. These athletes cannot control who comes to the game, who can afford a ticket. Just be happy that you have great talents in the league. The league is moving forward. Why do you continue to try to bring down these ladies, bring down everything? They trying to bring you a great product on the floor, and all you want to talk about is if somebody bought a ticket. So uh,
You
it's
hate to.
very disheartening, and it's dismissive to all the work that these ladies put in to try to bring you a product on the floor that you can watch. So
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's definitely disheartening. I would like for them to focus on the game. When you don't have anything to critique, you find anything. And unfortunately, that's what they chose to talk about. Which I'm sorry, I don't think a preseason game versus Brazil. Shout out to the Brazil team. No disrespect to them. At the PMAC and Baton Rouge, it not being sold out isn't like
well, let's
crazy.
be clear. Let's be clear. Let's keep it all the way a buck. Do preseason games normally sell out?
No, but you know what?
You know what I'm saying? Like, do we
They don't
normally
normally sell out.
count
They don't
attendance
normally
of
sell out,
preseason
Keisha.
games?
They don't normally sell out, but their talking point, right? And keyword is talking point. Their talking point is that, well, hers does, right? Like, well, hers sold out, so why y'all can't sell y'all's out? But it's like it's a preseason. I don't care. Like I don't care.
Right.
That's not a metric for me. Like attendance is not a metric for me. Winning is.
Yes.
Stats from one player isn't a metric for me. You know what I'm saying? It's how it impacts winning. And so I just have a hard time really understanding bringing up that point. But they do it every single time because they really can't critique anything else. And that's what's super unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? I do want to share this video of Angel talking about being back in the PMAC.
You know what LSU used to say, right?
First word that comes to mind when
Yes.
you walk in here and you look up and you see that banner, the very first one.
The winner. I think to be one considered one of the best, I mean, you win. And just being able to be here with, before me, Simone, Sylvia, they laid the
Hmm.
groundwork for us to run. So just being able to know that and own that. A lot of great players came through here and just knowing that. So being able to hang that banner was amazing. And I just something I'll never forget.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you
They
know what
asked,
they used to say back when we was coming up?
what's up?
Like, if you win, the people will come.
And we here, ain't we?
Hmm.
I ain't left. I ain't left. And I ain't going nowhere.
Don't worry
Therefore,
about that. Just
Therefore,
win.
records, I'm going nowhere. I'm here and I ain't going nowhere. So that's the fact what they were saying back in the day. If just to make sure y'all heard, they asked Angel Reese when she comes back to the PMAC and she looks up, like, what does she think in her head when she sees that banner? And she said, a winner. To be able to come back, to a place that Simone Augustus and Sylvia Fowles was at, the people that laid, the path for her. This is what she's saying, giving props to the greats that came before her. You know what I'm saying? And she said it's an amazing feeling to know that she's won. That was just 2023, y'all. Look, and I'm gonna go out on the whim and say it. By 2027, Chicago Sky will be a championship contending team and may win a championship in 2027, 2028, the latest. I'm willing to go on the record and say it. So between 2023 and 2024 years, Angel Reese is gonna bring in another championship. Mark my words. So I really don't know what to tell y'all about attendance. Boohoo sad story. But look, the baby, look, listen, I ain't gonna bring that over here. Angel Reese is one of them ones, and y'all can't change that. Y'all could bring up attendance, whatever else y'all want to bring up. But look, listen, the stats, the winning, everything speaks for itself. I'm with Angel Reese's mama Reese, as we call her on this because they have the same exact name.
Hmm.
And that's just how I feel about it. What you got left to say, Keisha?
My last thing to say is her impact on women's sports. It can't be duplicated. She is
Nor
a figure.
quantified.
No, she is a figure in women's sports that's going to be around for a long time. Even after she stops playing, her impact can still be felt. I'm sorry, guys, y'all gonna have to go ahead on and deal with that. I don't think it's gonna change anytime soon. She'll probably be some way, shape, or form always around basketball and fashion and being an influencer. So I'm gonna tell y'all now, y'all in for a long ride if you think this young lady is not going to be a part of your life in some sort of fashion. Sorry, that's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is. Sorry, y'all. Keisha, you are so right about that. Cannot be quantified or duplicated. One of the most polarizing, if not the most polarizing athlete on the planet at this current moment, and will continue to be so. So y'all gonna have to find something else besides attendance. But shout out to Mama Reese for setting the record straight about the attendance and what we really looking at, which is the person who is winning, and we looking at them banners, okay? And that's all we can look at. But hey, y'all already know what it is. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this content. Hit the all notification button on both pages so you know every time we go live, drop a video or a short. Cut the Ish Real Talk Sports right at the bottom of Keisha's little square over there. You already know
Yes.
WEB Universe, key facts, two keys to the game. Thank y'all so much for coming through. Be safe and make sure you come back for another banger.